はレベル4のダブルヨーヨーにレベル3の3つ目のダイスをチューニング。その美しくも大しく翼翻し光の速さで敵を撃て。シンクロ召喚現れよ。レベル7クリアウィングシンクロドラゴン。
Hey guys, welcome back to Team 6K. This is Undead, and today we're going to be talking about Speedroids. Before we get into the video, be sure to go ahead and check out our last video and check out our socials. We're trying to grow there while we're growing here on YouTube. So the Speedroid deck is focused around its two boss monsters, Clearwing Synchro Dragon and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Clearwing Synchro Dragon is a level 7 synchro with generic materials. Once per turn during either player's turn, when another level 5 or higher monster activates its effect on the field, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it once per turn during either player's turn. As another quick effect, when another monster effect is activated that targets exactly one level 5 or higher monster on the field, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. If this card's effect destroys a monster, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. So it only really works on level 5 or higher monsters in terms of the monster negate. However, if any monster targets a level 5 or higher monster, then you can negate that monster regardless of its level. So it's kind of two negates. Both of them are not the most versatile negates, but it is two of them at the end of the day, and that attack buff when it negates something is also very nice. However, if this were all that we had, we wouldn't be able to rely on this. So we go into Clearwing's upgraded big brother, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. It requires any tuner and one or more non-tuner synchro monsters, so it's a level 8. The idea is you use the level 7 Clearwing and a tuner to go into Crystal Wing. And once per turn during either player's turn, when another monster's effect is activated, any monster at all, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. And if you do that, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. And if this card battles a level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls during damage calculation, this card gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster it is battling during that damage calculation only. So this negates any monster, gains its original attack, and beats over your opponent's high level monsters for a lot of damage. We can very easily rely on Crystal Wing because he negates any monster at all, and while it might only be one negate as opposed to Crystal Wing's two negates, this negate is versatile. So this is what we're going to be focusing our deck around, and how we're going to get out that Crystal Wing is helped by our skill Clearwing Acceleration. Each of the following effects can be used once per duel. You cannot normal or special summon monsters except synchro monsters or wind dragon or machine type monsters during the duel that you activate this skill. Some people actually get confused and think that this says that you can pretty much only summon wind dragon and machine monsters. However, the synchros you summon, they can be anything. It just says synchro monsters or wind dragon machines, right? However, the archetype itself has plenty of things that lock you into wind monsters, so all of the cards in our extra deck are going to be wind anyway. It's just that they're not all going to be machines or dragons. But it has two effects here. If you control Clearwing Synchro Dragon, play a Speedroid red-eyed dice from your deck or graveyard to your field. For now, the only important thing we need to know about that is that it is a level 1 tuner, so you can use that alongside the Clearwing Synchro Dragon to go right into Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. They're not going to be able to respond to you putting the dice on the field because it is a skill effect. The other effect is you can send a Speedroid tuner monster from deck to grave or a synchro monster from field to grave. And if you send a synchro to grave, you're allowed to play a Clearwing Synchro Dragon from your grave to your field. And if you do resummon it from grave using this skill, then it gets to gain attack equal to the level of the synchro you sent to grave times 200 until the end of the turn. But this is actually quite a versatile effect. Being able to send a tuner from deck to grave is also kind of nice. Just being able to Foolish Burial a tuner for free is good because of the fact that some of our tuners in this deck actually have really nice grave effects. But before we get into that, how exactly are we going to get that Clearwing Synchro Dragon on the field in the first place? The way we're going to get Clearwing Synchro Dragon on the field is by using Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice's effect. When you normal or special summon it, you can target a Speedroid monster you control, except for itself, and declare a level from 1 to 6. It becomes that level until the end of this turn. 1 plus 6 equals 7, and there's your clear wing. How are we going to be able to do this consistently? The first way is using Speedroid Terratop. We only have one copy of him in the deck, but I'll explain why that's fine later. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Speedroid monster from deck to hand, except for another copy of itself. So not only is it a free special summon, it's also a search. What is he searching for though? Well, let's say he can search for Speedroid Takatombor, and if you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you can tribute this card, special summon a Speedroid tuner from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except wind monsters, and you can only special summon Takatombor once per turn. So let's say you special summon Terratop, search Takatomborg, special summon Takatomborg. Takatomborg tributes itself to summon Red-Eyed Dice from the deck. Red-Eyed Dice as a level 1 tuner will make your Terratop level 6. 1 plus 6 equals 7. Let's say you don't have Speedroid Terratop. We can actually search for him using Win the Wind Channeler. Unfortunately, guys, you are going to need 3 copies of this. We can't summon this due to the skills restriction, but that's fine. You can discard this card and one other wind monster to add a wind monster with 150 or less defense from deck to hand, except for another copy of itself. Also, you cannot activate monsters' effects for the rest of this turn, except wind monsters. Speedroid Terratop, wouldn't you know, has 600 defense, and last I checked on my calculator, 600 is less than 1500. So if you don't have Speedroid Terratop in your hand, because of course we only have one copy of him, Wind might be able to search for him. That kind of makes a total of 4 Terratop, and we can't really rely on just 4 Terratop, right? But we're also relying on the Takatomborg here. If we already have it in our hand, and we also have another non-tuner, then of course any other non-tuner will do the job too. The other non-tuner that we're playing, we play 3 because of the fact that we need to rely on this Takatomborg sometimes. Speedroid Double Yo-Yo. When this card is normal summoned, you can target a level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in grave, special summon it. In a bricky situation though, you could just normal summon this, special summon the Takatomborg. Takatomborg will summon Red-Eyed Dice, make the Yo-Yo level 6, and go from there. But often, you're gonna already have the Terratop Takatomborg play, and you'll have the Yo-Yo in your hand, either because you search for it with the Terratop, or because you already had it there. The Terratop combo that gets you into Clear Wing, that gets you into Crystal Wing, doesn't require your normal summon, so you're getting into that monster negate without even normal summoning. So you can use your normal summon on the Speedroid Double Yo-Yo, revive your tuner, make potentially a level 5 synchro or level 6 synchro if you use the Red-Eyed Dice. There are a couple of tuners with grave effects. The first one to talk about is Speedroid Denden Daikodu. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon a Speedroid tuner monster from your hand or graveyard, except another copy of itself, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So we play the one copy because it's nice to send if we just so happen to need that bonus special summon of a tuner. The other one we play is Speedroid Car Turbo. This one is actually double duty. If we have a broken hand, we can search for it with a Terratop to make it even better. But also, we could just send it to the grave with a skill for its beneficial grave effect. You can banish this card and a Speedroid monster from grave. All wind monsters you currently control gain 800 attack until the end of this turn. That makes it so easy to go for game. Also, Car Turbo just special summons itself just like Takatomborg if you control a wind monster. Because of the fact that this is a 2-player game, I feel the need to play 3 Forbidden Lance and 3 Forbidden Chalice. I can't just do all of my combos and expect my opponent to do nothing about it. They might want to use one of their monsters to interrupt me, or one of their back row to interrupt me, so of course they got the Chalice and the Lance to help prevent that. But the synchros themselves, of course, I've already explained the Clear Wing and Crystal Wing combo. However, there's a few others in this deck that are very relevant. We can go into other level 8s. One of the level 8s we can go into is High Speedroid Kite Drake. It requires a wind machine type tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. And if this card is synchro summoned, you can activate one of these 2 effects. You can either destroy all other cards on the field, or negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. If you're going second, you just go into this guy first instead of Crystal Wing, wipe their whole field, and keep going from there. But also, if this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card, you can add a Speedroid monster from deck to hand. So if in response to you destroying them, they destroy this guy, you can search your follow-up play, right? You can search for your Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo can revive the Red-Eyed Dice. You're going to go into a level 5 High Speedroid Chanbara. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase, and at the start of the damage step if this card battles against 200 attack. So Hey, going second, we destroy the whole field with a Kite Drake, follow up with a Chanbara, attack, that's GG's. We also have Cyber / Harpy Lady and Stardust Dragon. So if you're unaware about Cyber / Harpy Lady, basically in response to a back row being activated, you get to target a monster on the field and return it to the hand. But if we don't have a back row to rely on with our Cyber / Harpy Lady, we can of course go into Stardust Dragon. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card on the field, you can tribute this card, negate the activation if you do destroy it. During the end phase, if this card was activated this turn and wasn't negated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If the opponent sees that you have Stardust Dragon on the field, it's going to be a lot more difficult to break your field. Another good thing about Stardust Dragon, if your opponent negates you with, let's say, Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon. Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon negates and destroys. And because it negates and destroys, Stardust Dragon can negate it, therefore destroying the Requiem. High Speedroid Kendama is a really good follow-up play, and if it attacks a defense position monster, it does piercing damage, which is pretty nice. Also, you can banish a machine monster from grave, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Kendama also has a pretty nice effect that if it's in your grave and you control no cards, you can special summon this card. You cannot normal summon or set the turn you activate this effect, but there's a lot of special summoning in this deck anyway. The last synchro we're talking about is High Speedroid Hagoida. The follow-up play I talked about earlier with the Chanbara using the Yo-Yo, resummon Red-Eye Dice. If we're going first, then we're going to go into Hagoida instead, because if this card is in your grave and you control a Speedroid tuner, you can special summon this card, and you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except wind monsters. But the deck can be complicated from time to time, so I'm going to show you almost everything you can do with this deck in the combo tutorials. Okay, for this first combo, the simplest combo in the deck, all you need is a Speedroid Terratop. Literally, that's the only thing you need. And if you have a Win the Win channel to search for it, it's great, you get that Terratop. So here I already have the Terratop. I also have a Takatomborg. That actually makes this hand better. However, I'm only showing you the basic combo here, so I'm just going to use the Terratop here. So special summon the Terratop and use its search effect. In this scenario, we're going to search Takatomborg, and we already have Takatomborg. And in the scenario that you already have Takatomborg, then you will search for the Speedroid double Yo-Yo. So I'm going to search that Yo-Yo just, you know, to let you know that that is what you're going to do in the case that you have that Takatomborg already. I'm not going to use the double Yo-Yo. I'm only showing you the base combo here. So I'm going to use the Takatomborg, special summon it, then use its effect right away. Special summon the Red-Eye Dice. Red-Eye Dice will activate its effect, targeting the Terratop, making it a level 6. So we're going to go right into that Clear Wing Synchro Dragon with our level 1 and our level 6. Put it in the extra monster zone, use the skill's first effect, that if we control Clear Wing, then we summon a Speedroid Red-Eye Dice. I usually summon one from the deck in case the opponent has a DD Crow or something. It's not that deep because they can't respond to it anyway, but then we can go into Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. And in the case that that's all we can do, it pretty much means that Terratop was our only play, and in that scenario it probably means that we have a handful of Forbiddens. And in that case we just set all of our Forbiddens, right? And you know, we can just end our turn and we got all the protection in the world and we got a fantastic monster negate. I'm gonna go into that second combo tutorial right now, mid-tutorial, right? So, everything I just did, if I have the Yo-Yo, that's where the things keep going. What you're going to need for this combo is Terratop and either Takatomborg or double Yo-Yo. Whichever one you don't have, you search the other one. So, as we saw, I already had the Takatomborg, so I searched for the Yo-Yo. So now I'm going to use that Yo-Yo. Normal summon Yo-Yo, revive the Red-Eye Dice. And it's going to ask us whether or not to activate its effect. Here, we actually say no because we want to be a level 5. And we can special summon a level 5 Synchro. If we're going first, we're going to go into Hagoida. If we're going second, we're going to go into Chanbara. Chanbara, as you know, just attacks twice, gets bigger every time it attacks. If we're going first, we're going to go into Hagoida. And then once we control Hagoida, we're going to activate this second part of the skill. We can send either Hagoida or one of our tuners from deck to grave. And if we're going second, we summon that Chanbara, send the Car Turbo, use the Car Turbo to make everything bigger and attack for game easily. If we need an extender, Den Daiko Duke is great too. Normally we're going to send the Synchro Hagoida here to go back into Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. It will be buffed by 1000 for the turn. And this way, not only do we have the Crystal Wing negate, but we also have the Clear Wing Wing Protection negate and the level 5 or higher negate. For the next combo, this is the most broken combo in the deck, okay? So it's not going to happen all the time. What we need for this combo is Speedroid Teratop and 2 of these 3 cards. Takatomborg, Double Yo-Yo, and Card Turbo. We just need to have all 3 of these by some method. Of course, the Teratop is going to search one of them, but of course Teratop is needed for the combo as well. Here I have the Teratop and 2 of them, right? So I'm going to special summon that Teratop and search for the last remaining piece. Teratop is going to search Double Yo-Yo because it is the missing piece here. Then we can special summon the Takatomborg. It's going to be kind of familiar for the first few steps. Then we can use the Takatomborg, special summon a dice from the deck. Dice is going to target the Teratop, make it a level 6. Then we go right into Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Then we use Double Yo-Yo, normal summon it, activate its effect to resummon the Red-Eyed Dice. We're going to say no to the Red-Eyed Dice just like before, and we can special summon the Speedroid Card Turbo. And then, using level 1 and level 4, we go into Hagoida. Of course, you can do what I'm about to do earlier or later, but now is the last possible time for you to do it. Summon a Red-Eyed Dice using this skill, go into that Crystal Wing, and now you might be tempted. Oh man, now I can make another level 8 Synchro. Wait, you can still make a level 8 Synchro. Just hold on a second, alright? Just hold on. Use the second part of the skill. Turn Hagoida into Clearwing. And now you still have your level 3 tuner on the field, so you can activate the Hagoida's effect right now, resummon it from grave. Now you can go into your level 8 Synchro. I did post an image showing basically this field before the cards came out, just having the Kite Drake instead of Stardust Dragon here. Now you know how to go into this combo, and if you felt like you really wanted to go into that combo all the time, play 3 Card Turbo. And I'm not going to be against playing 3 Card Turbo. However, me personally, I like playing 3 Lance and 3 Chalice, protect me against background monsters. So Teratop is the best card in the deck, alright? That's why we only have 1 copy of it. And you know, obviously that's why we play the 3 Win, even though we can't summon it, just to search for that Teratop. However, it's only really 4 copies of Teratop in total, right? And there are definitely going to be hands where we aren't going to have that Teratop. In those situations, what you're going to want to hope for is a Takatomborg and a Double Yo-Yo. Technically speaking, a Card Turbo and a Double Yo-Yo is also going to get the job done. So I'm going to summon that Double Yo-Yo, alright? Just ignore the Win in my hand, alright? I'm trying to teach you what to do when you brick. Special summon that Takatomborg. Activate Takatomborg's effect to special summon, technically, any level 3. Any 3 will do the job, but maybe it's Red-Eyed Dice, okay? So if you want one of those grave effects from the level 3s, hey, go right ahead, it's all good. However, just, you know, for the sake of learning, I'm just going to use that Red-Eyed Dice, turn the Yo-Yo into a level 6, and then we go right into Clearwing, and we're pretty much the same as we would ordinarily be, because now we can activate the skill. And you know, here's why we could have summoned one of the other level 3 tuners from the deck instead of Red-Eyed Dice, is we're just going to get the Red-Eyed Dice from deck anyway. So you definitely could have just put one of your other level 3 tuners in the grave if you wanted. Then we can go into that Crystal Wing, and you know, even though we didn't have the Teratop, we still got our big boss monster on the field. And that's pretty much all that we would hope for if we brick. If you brick but you get a Crystal Wing on the field, hey, that's a pretty good brick. So we know how to make a board. Now, how exactly do we break a board? So in order to break a board, then of course we have the Speedroid Kite Drake. Kite Drake is everything you need in the going second card, right? What we're gonna really hope for if we're going second is the Teratop and either Takatomborg or Double Yo-Yo. So just the same as the standard combo. However, we're gonna go about it a little bit differently. So I'm gonna use that Teratop right away. Gonna use it to search for the one I'm missing. I already have the Takatomborg, so I'm gonna search for the Double Yo-Yo. Then I'm going to special summon the Takatomborg, special summon the Red-Eyed Dice from the deck. Red-Eyed Dice can then turn Teratop into a level 6. Then we go right into that Clearwing Synchro Dragon as we always do. And as soon as we go into Clearwing Synchro Dragon, it's over. It's GG's. They let us go too far. Now we can use the skill Clearwing Acceleration, the first effect, to get the Red-Eyed Dice onto the field, and they can't respond to this. That's why getting Clearwing is GG's. Because of the fact that they can't respond to the tuner coming onto the field, we can go right into High Speedroid Kite Drake guaranteed. And they're going to have to deal with this before we get into our normal summon. So we special summon that Kite Drake, and the opponent doesn't have anything on the field right now, so it doesn't activate. However, if they had anything on the field, then we would either destroy all other cards on the field or negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. If your opponent destroyed this in response, we could search for the double yo-yo if we did not already have it, and that will allow us to go into the next part of the going second play. Of course, we already have 3k, right? We can just attack in. That won't be game though. The double yo-yo will make it game. So double yo-yo, activate its effect, resummon the red-eyed dice, and we'll say no to its effect here. And hey, I do have the card turbo, so I could make that really broken field that I just explained how to make. But we're going second here. Let's go right into High Speedroid Chambara. We just wiped the field. Even if they got rid of the Kite Drake alongside the field, Chambara would be GG's by attacking twice. What makes it even better is if they have stragglers on the field, we could use the second part of the skill to send to the card turbo to the grave. We do have it in our hand, and this is another reason you might want to play more than one copy. I don't think it's that deep, but because we have it in the hand, we can't send it from deck to grave. But if we did send it from deck to grave, we would boost up the Chambara. It attacks in, gains 200, and it goes in again. We don't even need that Kite Drake to attack. The Chambara is just doing everything for us. So as you can see, this deck is pretty insane. It might be contending for the best synchro deck in all of Duel Links history. I don't think that any other synchro deck has been able to put up a field with like 3 or 4 negate. But you know, how exactly does it perform on ranked? Well, it actually performs pretty damn good, especially with these lances and chalices teched in. They're very good against this format. They're very good in this deck specifically. Let's just get into those replays, shall we? I am going second against Rokkets, which is kind of unfortunate because this is a good Rocket player right here. They, they got the play. They're going to go for the Rocket Tracer, activate the field spell, use Quick Launch. What a great hand. Tracer's going to target the Quick Launch. He's going to get 2 more from deck, one of them being a Silver Rocket. Then he's going to go into his Link 2, Booster Dragon. Booster Dragon is going to target his Silver Rocket, and he's going to banish the white card. He banishes my Clear Wing. You know, if I can't go into Clear Wing, then I can't use the skill to go into Crystal Wing, right? Which is great that he picked the right card, and it's very intimidating. So I'm gonna have to use Win the Wind Channeler, you search for the Terratop, and show you exactly how to get this done, even though I don't have my Clearing anymore. So of course, gonna get that Terratop, search for the Card Turbo. I have everything here. Card Turbo is gonna special summon itself. He's gonna use Necro Fusion right off the bat, summon his Borrow Load. So now he has an interruption, even better. So I special summon the Tekatomborg, use it to summon the red-eyed dice, target this guy, make him level 6. No, level 5, that's right. So he destroys it, but I have the double yo-yo. Unfortunately, I can't use the double yo-yo to revive, but I do need it as a non-tuner. So I'm going to go into my level 5 regardless, go into Hagoida, go into Crystal Wing anyway, without even using that Clear Wing. Card Turbo is going to boost me up, so I'll be able to attack into him for a lot of damage. You see how much life points he has left? Almost nothing. So he tries to activate this Rocket Tracer's effect, and I negate it right away with Crystal Wing. And Crystal Wing being here is going to make things very difficult for him. He summons the Metal Rocket on end phase. He activates Book of Moon. Unfortunately, I have no other choice but to Forbidden Lance myself, hoping that he activates another effect, but he doesn't. So he's going to be able to boost himself, not activate the effect, because we can't respond to the Link Monster's boosting effect. Then he's going to attack, but he's not going to go for game. But what can I do? What can I do? I only have a Chalice. What can I do in this situation? Well, I can use Clearing Acceleration, send my Den Daiko Duke, revive a tuner. Because I have a tuner, I can summon Hagoida, and then I can go into High Speedroid Kendama. I could attack for game right now, but it would be much cooler to banish something from grave to burn it for game. Alright, so my opponent's going first here, and they're playing S-Force. If you've seen my S-Force video, you'll know just how broken S-Force can be going first. They can, use S-Force Chase to banish basically my whole field, and they probably got a quick play back there to summon Chiyomaru from hand, banish more of my things, right? So I'm going to have to try to bait him out, because I don't have any lances to protect me from back right here. So I'm going to get that Terratop, special summon Terratop. I'm really trying to bait him out here, summon as many monsters as possible to see if he budges. So I'm going to summon my Tekatomborg. I'm hoping that it budges when I summon the Den Daiko Duke. He doesn't, so unfortunately I'm going to have to normal summon my other copy of Red-Eyed Dice. By the way, I did have the other Red-Eyed Dice in hand. Having 2 Red-Eyed Dice in hand, oh my goodness, it's never going to happen. unless it did happen. It did happen right now to me, right? But that's one of the worst hands you can possibly have, because you're not going to be able to summon one from deck using the skill, right? But anyway, I'm going to attempt to make my Teratop a level 5, so I can use it alongside the Daiko Duke to wipe the opponent's field with the Kite Drake. He's letting me do it. So he might have been able to use the chase here, but I don't think that he knows about Kite Drake yet. And this is a very terrible situation for me. However, getting that Kite Drake off, that makes it GG's. He's going to chase me now though, however, and I'm not going to have a follow-up play, but thankfully for me, his field is still wiped at the end of the day. He's going to top deck, set something, then it's going to be my turn. I'm going to normal summon the double yo-yo, revive my tuner. You know, he's going to, you know, send me back to my hand here, which is, it's a good idea, right? But I got a couple of special summons in my hand. Special summon them both, make a level 6 synchro, burn the opponent for a little bit with a kendama, then I can go into my level 7, and finally I can use my skill. So I can resummon from the grave, and then I can go into my ultimate boss monster, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Then I can use Car Turbo, boost up by 38, and because of that little bit of burn damage, I attack for game. Alright, my opponent's going first. He's playing Rockets, not as broken of a hand as before, but we over at Team 6K just happen to have a tendency of fighting against Rocket decks, apparently. But yeah, he's going to be able to go off, summon 3 monsters, then he's going to be able to use Rapid Trigger, destroy 2 of his monsters to go into Borrow Load Furious Dragon. On end phase, that'll trigger both of his Rockets to summon more Rockets from deck. And that's a pretty good protective field with some interruption on it. My hand is pretty trash, but I do top deck into the double yo-yo, allowing me to combo off. So then I go into Takatomborg, gets me the red eye dice, then I can go for the level 6. Then he tries to pop me, but I'll just negate it with a Forbidden Chalice, right? That's what's so good about Forbidden Chalice. Then I can go into my level 7 Synchro, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. That'll allow me to use the first effect of this skill to get another red eye dice, go into Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Then I can use the second part of the skill, get Car Turbo, so I can beat over his monster. He's going to use Rocket Tracer though. Rocket Tracer, who has an original attack value of 16, tried to activate an effect on my field. No sir, I'm going to negate that, and I'm going to get boosted up by an additional 16. So that means when I attack into Borrow Load Furious, I'm going to get boosted again into 8800 attack, and that's a very big GG's. I certainly hope that this video has helped you in understanding how to play the deck optimally. Let us know in the comments what you think about Speedroids. If you have any questions about Speedroids and how they operate, let me know and we can talk about it in the comments. And if you like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, hit that bell to get notified every time we make a new video. And I've been Undead from Team 6K, signing out.
Wait, hey, I feel like the greatest. Now I feel like they hate it. Now I feel like the only one and there is no debating. Man, I feel like they leaving. Now I feel like they waited. Now I feel like this is the feeling before I can make it. Before I hit the stage, I just feel like I'm nauseous. Or I feel like I'm popping. Or I feel like a boss is. Maybe I'm feeling off it. Or I feel like I'm toxic. Maybe feeling intoxicated is the reason for all this. I wanna whip it with the top down, dog, like I'm Earth Gang. Told him, listen, Wild Day shine like my first name. Told me go and grab a titty boy, it's my first chain. I ain't even switch gears yet, it's the first lane. The first pain I ever felt was the worst pain. And church came, and that feeling of hurt came. And her name made this feeling all worth pain. She made me realize what I had felt in the first place.